You were never really taught how money works. You were just told to get some. As a kid, maybe you got an allowance, a few dollars here and there. Your parents probably never told you what to do with it. They might have said, don't waste it, and that was it. So you spent it. Candy, toys, maybe some games. And every year you got a little more. Your classmates got $5, so your parents gave you $5 too? Not because of logic, because of comparison. Fast forward a few years. You're a teenager. You don't have to work for money, you just ask for it. You want an iPhone, a new console, a laptop. Somehow it shows up. Then, suddenly, everything changes. You turn 18, or 22, or maybe older. Now your parents say, it's your turn, go earn it. So you start working, maybe part-time, maybe a full-time job. You're excited the first time you get paid. You treat yourself. You send a little back home. You think this is freedom. Then the pressure starts. Get married, plan a wedding, take a honeymoon, buy a house, raise a child. Now, you're working to pay for things you already owe. The house, the car, the baby, the credit cards. Your parents still love you. They help with the down payment. But you're now in charge of the monthly pain. Then your parents get older. They need help. Hospital bills come in. You can't get sick. You can't get fired. Because if you stop earning, everything collapses. And this is the script most people follow. Different backgrounds. Same ending. Work. Earn. Spend. Borrow. Repeat. No exit. No ownership. Just survival. This cycle isn't accidental. It's designed to keep you chasing. Chasing just enough, but never more. You are not failing. You are following the plan. A plan that was never made for your success. The question is, are you ready to break it? Because once you see the pattern, you can escape it. And when you do, everything changes. The money you earn starts working for you, not the other way around. And that's exactly what we'll uncover next. The real reason you're stuck, and how the wealthy play a different game entirely. The old world ran on land. The new world runs on knowledge. A few centuries ago, wealth meant owning land. Farmers needed acres to feed their families. More land meant more food. More food meant more power. Then came the machines. Steam, steel, oil. Factories replaced fields. The industrial age rewarded those who owned machines, not land. Oil barons and factory owners built empires. Then another shift happened. Information became the new gold, not land, not machines, knowledge. Today, the richest people don't own farms or oil rigs. They own ideas. They own systems. They own platforms. Look at Tesla, Apple, Google, Facebook. They don't sell land. They sell data. They sell attention. They sell solutions. Elon Musk doesn't mine oil. He sells technology and a vision. Mark Zuckerberg doesn't own farmland. He owns digital real estate. The pattern is clear. The wealthy invest in knowledge. They understand trends before they become obvious. There's a story of a factory in Japan. One machine broke down. The workers tried for days to fix it. No success. They called in an expert from the US. He walked around the machine. Then he took a piece of chalk and drew one small line on the side. Open it here, he said. Inside was the problem. Fixed in minutes. The expert billed them $10,000. The owner was shocked. All you did was draw a line. The expert replied, $1 for the chalk line. $9,999 for knowing where to draw it. That's the value of knowledge. That's the real asset in today's world. Knowledge scales. You can use it again and again. Unlike land, it doesn't run out. Unlike machines, it doesn't rust. This is why those who understand information win without needing massive capital. You can start with $0. What matters is what you know. You love gaming? Great. Stream it. Analyze it. Review it. You love photography? Build a following. Sell presets. Teach what you know. You love coding. Launch your own tool. Solve a tiny problem. Charge $5. The economy has shifted. The entry cost is lower than ever. The opportunity is wider than ever. But if you're still trying to compete in the old game, you'll always lose to those playing the new one. The passive path isn't about working harder. It's about thinking sharper. So the question is, are you learning skills the world actually pays for, or just staying busy? Because the next rule will show you why mixing money with feelings is the fastest way to stay poor. Is this conversation helpful so far? Money doesn't ruin relationships. Emotions do. You've heard it before. Talking about money ruins friendships. Money and love don't mix. But here's the truth. It's not money that causes the damage. It's the confusion between logic and emotion. Think about it. Someone you care about asks to borrow money. You feel obligated. You want to help. You say yes. You don't ask about repayment. You don't talk about terms. You trust them. Then weeks pass. Then months. Still no repayment. Now you feel awkward. They feel guilty. And something between you breaks. You lose the money and the relationship. This is why smart people separate feelings from finances. Look at the most stable communities. Some cultures, like the Jewish community, rarely lend money to friends, not because they don't care, but because they value clarity more than guilt. Borrowing and lending should follow rules, agreements, deadlines, interest. If you walk into a bank, they give you a contract. If your friend walks into your life asking for money, you should do the same. If they're truly responsible, they'll agree to it. If they resist, you've just saved yourself from a future disaster. Don't confuse kindness with carelessness. If you really want to help a friend in need, you can give them the money as a gift. But if it's a loan, treat it like a business deal. Protect both of you. Here's the other trap. People often feel powerful when they lend, and people feel small when they borrow. This imbalance grows silently, and it poisons the relationship. Eventually, they stop calling. You stop trusting. The friendship fades. That's why if you want to keep your circle strong, don't lend out of guilt. Only lend what you can afford to lose. Or better yet, only lend when the terms are clear and signed. Money has rules. Follow them and you'll protect your peace. Ignore them and you'll buy heartbreak. The next rule is even more brutal. It explains why saving money can actually make you poorer. Saving doesn't create wealth, cash flow does. There's a small town where everyone owes everyone money. Each store is in debt to another. No one can pay. Business is frozen. One day, a tourist walks into the only hotel. He puts a $100 bill on the counter. "I want to see the room before I stay," he says. The hotel owner grabs the money. He runs across the street to pay the butcher. The butcher takes the money to pay the tailor. The tailor rushes to the baker. The baker pays the hotel for old bills. The tourist comes back. "I don't like the room," he says. He takes his $100 and leaves. Nothing changed, but everyone's debt was paid. The money simply moved. That's the power of circulation. When money flows, problems shrink. When money sits still, it dies. Most people hoard money. They save it, they lock it away, and then they wonder why it feels like it disappears. Inflation eats savings. Banks pay less than 1%. Meanwhile, prices rise. What you saved last year buys less this year. The rich don't leave money idle. They move it. They invest it. They build systems that keep it flowing. Money is a tool. It works best when it's in motion. A dollar sitting still is like water in a bucket. Eventually, it turns stale. But money that moves builds businesses, creates returns, opens opportunities. This doesn't mean spend recklessly. It means invest with intention, grow your skills, fund small projects, test new income streams. You're not supposed to save forever. You're supposed to use money to earn more money. That's the core idea behind every wealthy person's strategy. Even when they don't have much, they still move what they have. If you're stuck, ask yourself this: is your money sitting in a cage, or is it out in the world building more value? You can't win the game if your chips are never in play. Next, let's talk about the real reason most people stay underpaid. It has nothing to do with skill. It has everything to do with perception. A $100 bill is not always worth $100. It depends on where you are, who you are, and how others see your value. In Zimbabwe, there was a banknote worth $100 trillion. People needed bags of money to buy bread. Why? Because the value of money isn't in the number, it's in the trust behind it. The same goes for your time. You might be earning $2,000 a month. You might think that's fair, because that's what surveys say is average, because that's what your classmates earn. But averages don't define you. Your value isn't a market rate, it's a signal, and you choose how strong that signal is. Take two people with the same degree. One sends out 10 job applications. The other sends out 10,000. One aims for junior roles. The other applies for director roles. Guess who gets hired? It's not always about experience. It's about how you frame yourself. Imagine selling a rock. At a street market, you might get $2. In a museum gift shop, maybe $200. In a luxury hotel, someone might pay $2,000. Same rock, different story, different price. you are that product. If you think you're just a beginner, you will be treated like one. If you walk into an interview and say, "I'm a blank slate ready to learn," you've just told the employer, "I'll take your time and resources, then leave." But if you walk in and say, "I'm here to solve real problems," you shift the dynamic, you show purpose, you show value. It's not about bragging, it's about clarity. Are you there to collect a paycheck, or are you there to build something that matters? Employers notice the difference. I've hired people with no experience because they carried themselves like they mattered. They made me believe they were there to win. That energy is rare, that energy gets paid. So stop labeling yourself with weak titles. You're not just starting out. You're not just trying to learn. You are a builder, a solver, a player in the game, and the game rewards those who know what they're worth. The next and final rule goes deeper than money. It's about how you think, and how that thinking changes what money becomes. It's the difference between control and chaos, between freedom and fear, because money doesn't corrupt people, it reveals them. If you made it this far, you're not like most people. Most scroll past, most look away, but you're still here. That says something about you. You want change. You're ready to understand money differently. Not just earn it, not just save it, but use it, grow it, master it. The system isn't fair, but now you know the rules. You've learned how money flows, how perception shapes your paycheck, why lending can destroy relationships, why cash that sits still is just waiting to disappear, and why knowledge, not capital, builds wealth today. This is how people break free. This is how you stop playing the game and start designing it. The passive path is here for exactly that. No fluff, no magic hacks, just real lessons that work. If this video helped you, like it. Comment below and share what rule hit you hardest. Subscribe to the channel and send this video to someone you care about. Someone who deserves better, because escaping the money trap starts with awareness. If you want more, feel free to explore the other videos on the channel. Each one is built to move you forward, wishing you clarity, action, and success. See you in the next one.